What's going on, guys? It's your boy CMB. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and let's get into this one really quickly. Now, guys, we're talking about Canelo Alvarez and Mel and Mal Charlo. But before I do that, I want to take the time out to congratulate Savannah Marshall for improving her record last night to 13-1, becoming the new Undisputed super middleweight champion. Yes, I did get to watch the fight last night. It went pretty much the way I thought it was going to go. Franchon Cruz doing a lot of clinching, just fighting messy and smothering her own punches, not being very accurate with her punches. Savannah Marshall having the higher boxing IQ, landing the cleaner shots. I thought Savannah Marshall actually made the fight tougher on herself by fighting Franchon Cruz's type of fight. I think if she just would have stepped back, use her jab a lot more effectively to keep Franchon Cruz on the outside, I think it would have been an even easier win for her last night. Now, I did see Claressa Shields. I think it was during the third, maybe fourth round, they were interviewing her, and she had Franchon Cruz up all those rounds. Honestly, I don't know what Claressa Shields was looking at last night. I was being generous by giving Franchon Cruz the third round, but it was clear to me that Savannah Marshall was doing the better work between the two fighters, in my opinion. But anyway, I'm sure we're going to see Savannah Marshall and Claressa Shields run that back, guys. Whether it's going to be at super middleweight, I'm not sure, but you guys know Claressa Shields is game for that. They had the first fight was just a knockdown, drag out fight, very entertaining. I think Claressa Shields said that was her toughest fight. I think she said that it was one point in the fight where she couldn't see out of her eye because Savannah Marshall had hit her so hard. So you know the girl can crack. So I hope that we do get to see those two run it back, because it would be very interesting to see them run it back for a second time and who wins those undisputed titles at super middleweight. But once again, congratulations to Savannah Marshall. Now on to what I really want to talk about. Canelo Alvarez. I owe Canelo Alvarez somewhat an apology, guys. Yeah, you heard me right. I owe him somewhat of an apology. And I'll say this, I was talking about the Jermell fight, how I like the fight between him and Jermell Charlo. I know some of you guys don't like that fight. You know, I've heard a lot of people voice their opinions on it. They have their reservations about it, and I do get it. But I actually like the fight. I think it's an intriguing fight. But during that video, I did say that Canelo Alvarez was being an opportunist, you know, in this matchup. And honestly, guys, I was wrong about that. Canelo Alvarez didn't even ask for this fight. It was his brother, Jermall Charlo, who decided not to face Canelo Alvarez due to the fact that he's been out of the ring for 2 years, that he's been dealing with some personal issues. He opted not to face Canelo Alvarez, and his brother, Jermell, stepped in, you know, to take up the mantle for it. And hats off to Jermell for doing that. He didn't have to do that. But, you know, both of these guys are close. You know, they're twins, despite the fact that they argue and bicker and, you know, they're very competitive. They're close. And Jermell Charlo decided to step in for his brother. And, you know, you got to respect that, being that Canelo Alvarez fights at 168 and he's at 154. So it was actually Jermall that was ducking the smoke with Canelo Alvarez. And I will say this. I won't say it's just a complete duck. I think it's ducking with an asterisk due to the fact that he's been out of the ring for 2 years. And let's face it, being out of the ring for 2 years, dealing with the issues he's dealing with, he has no business going into the ring with an elite fighter like Canelo Alvarez. That's just selling your O, in my opinion. You know, there's no way he would be prepared for that guy. You got to take at least 1 or 2 tune-ups before going into the ring with the likes of a Canelo Alvarez after being on the shelf for 2 years. It's just, you know, like I said, hats off to him for doing it. Does it look like a duck? Yes, it looks like a duck, but like I said, it's a duck with an asterisk, in my opinion. Now, as far as Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo goes, I told you guys I do like the fight. I do have my reservations about it. You know, him coming off of a hand injury, Jermell that is, being out of the ring for a little bit of time and dealing with, the weight gain. We've never seen Jamel that high. Will his athletic ability be there still, adding the extra weight on? Will he tire out? Will he still be as agile as he is? You guys know how, he has great footwork. Will all that still be there when he goes up in weight to 168 or, whatever catch weight they may fight at? I don't know, but I know he has a superior skill set, in my opinion, than Canelo Alvarez. And you guys know he's got that dog in him. You guys know he doesn't really run from smoke. And I hear people saying that he's running from Tszyu. I would have to disagree on that. I don't think he's running from Tszyu. I would say that this was a great big opportunity that fell in his lap, and he couldn't leave this just sitting there, guys. To fight Canelo Alvarez, not only is it going to be more lucrative for him, this can put him in the history book. So him not fighting Tszyu, I don't really see that as a duck. If it was anybody else, yeah, I would see it as a duck. But being that it's Canelo Alvarez, I don't see it as a duck. I think it's probably going to be an even harder fight, to be honest with you guys. He's fighting a guy who's fought all the way up as high as 175. So him facing Canelo Alvarez and Tszyu, as good as Tszyu is, Tszyu's not Canelo Alvarez. So I don't see that as a duck, in my opinion. But anyway, like I said, I just wanted to apologize to Canelo Alvarez for that. He wasn't ducking Jamal. He wasn't aiming in on Jamel. It just so happens that Jamal turned the fight down and Jamel stepped in to take up the mantle to fight Canelo Alvarez. So, but anyway, we're going to see what happens September 30th. Like I said, I think it's an intriguing fight. Some of you guys just don't want to see it. Some of you guys just hate Canelo Alvarez, anything he does. I do criticize Canelo Alvarez, but I don't hate the guy. I think he's a good fighter. But like I said, we're going to see what happens September 30th, whether or not Jermell Charlo can capture the undisputed titles at 168. You just never know, guys. It's boxing. Anything can happen. You guys let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. It's the ZMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.